Be thou a spirit of health, or god of the damned, be thy intents wicked or charitable, thou comest in such a questionable shape, that I'll speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet? King? Father? Answer me. Say wherefore. What should we do?
My lord, I think it beckons you to go away with it.
But do not go with it.
No, by no means.
It will not speak. Then I'll follow it.
Why does it tempt you toward the flood, my lord, or the dreadful summit of the cliff?
It waits me forth still. I'll follow it.
Be ruled, you shall not go.
Hold off your hands.
No, my lord.
My faith, it cries out. By heaven, gentlemen, I say I'll make a ghost of him if that lets me. I say, away!
Something is rotten in the state of Paris.
Where wilt thou lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I'm bound to hear.
What art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear?
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast in flames until the foul crimes done in my days are burnt and purged away. If thou didst ever thy dear father love,
Oh, God.
revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder.
Murder most foul, as in the best it is. But this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I, with wings as swift as meditation, with the thoughts of love, may swim to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, listen. 'Tis given out that, while sleeping within my orchard, a serpent did sting, so that the whole ear of France is but a forged process of my death rankly abused. But know, thou noble youth, the one that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
My prophetic soul. My uncle.
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with treacherous gifts, won the heart of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love that went hand in hand even with the vow I made to her in marriage. Sleeping within my orchard, my custom always of the afternoon. Upon my secure hour thy uncle stole, with most loath elixir, didst pour the leprous distilment within the porches of my ear. Do not let the bed of Paris be a couch for luxury and damned incest. Taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Instead, leave her to those thorns that within her bosom lodge, to prick and sting. Adieu, adieu, Hamlet. Remember me.
Duke, his wife's name Baptista. You shall see anon. This one is Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
It would cost you a groaning to take off my edge.
Still better and worse.
Thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's magic thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life usurp immediately, pours the poison into the sleeper's ears.
He poisons him in the garden, or his estate. The story's extent and written choice Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
What? Fright of a false
All
fire?
fares, my lord.
Oh wait! Give all this play! Give me some light! All light! Light!
Oh, please proceed.
Ah, very well.
On the top of the poisoning?
I well noted it.
Yes! Oh, come, some music. Oh, for the king like not the comedy, why, then he like it purdy.
Ah.
The recorders, come, some music.
My lord, gosh, give me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history.
The king, sir,
Aye, what of him?
is in his retirement marvelous discomfort.
With drink?
No, my lord, rather with choler.
Your wisdom should signify this more richer to his doctor.
Then, my lord, put your discourse into some frame and start not so wildly from my affair.
I am tame. Pronouns.
The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of the spirit, hath sent me to you.
You are welcome.
Nathan, my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer, I shall do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
She desires to speak with you in her closet, or you go to bed.
We shall obey. Were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, he wants to love me.
While the grass grows. The proverb is something musty. Oh, a recorder! You see that?
My lord, my duty beats you bold.
I do not well understand that. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
Why? 'Tis as easy as lying. Govern these appendages and lingers with your thumb. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you now, these are the stops.
But these cannot I commit to any utterance of harmony. I'm not the skilled.
Why, how unworthy you think you make of me? You would play upon me? You would sell me from my lowest note to the top of my compass? You think I'm easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you may. Though you can fret me, you cannot play upon me. God bless you, sir.
My lord, the queen would speak with you, and that presently.
I will come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bed. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends. There is a play tonight. One scene of it comes in the circumstance in which I told thee of my father's death. I pray thee, when thou seest that act afoot, even with thy very comment of thy soul, observe mine uncle. Together we will join in censure of the scene. They're coming to the play. We must be idle. Get you a place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, in faith. The chameleon's dish. I eat the air promised crammed, and you cannot feed Kate and so.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you once played in a university, you say?
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It was a brute part of him to kill so capital a half. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord. They stay upon your patience.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet, sit by me.
Now, good mother. Your medal, more attractive.
Do you mark that?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Did you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
That's a fair thought, to lie between maids' legs.
What is, my lord?
Nothing.
You are merry, my lord.
Who? I?
Aye, my lord.
Oh, God, you're only a jig maker. For what should a man do but be merry? For look you now, how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
Heavens, so long? Died 2 months ago and not forgotten yet? Then there's great hope that a great man's memory may outlive his life half a year.
What means your lordship?
It is Mitching Maleko. It means mischief.
Be like this show and courts the argument of the play.
The players cannot keep counsel. They'll tell all.
Will he tell us what this show meant?
Or any show that you'll show him. Be not you ashamed to show. They'll not shame to tell you what it means.
You are not all marked play.
For us, and for our tragedy, here, stooping to your clemency, we beg your hearing patiently.
Is this the prologue or the posy of a ring?
Think brief, my lord.
As woman's love.
Since love our hearts in hymen and our hands unite mutual and most sacred bonds. So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count o'er our love be done. But woe is me, you are so sick of late, and so far from your former state that I distrust you. Yet though I discomfort you, my lord, it is nothing must. Where love is great, the littlest of doubts are fear, and where little fears grow great, great love grows there. Faith, I must leave thee, love, and shortly too. My awkward powers leave their functions to
Done. By this hand.
The Hamlets, you know the wager?
Very well. Your Grace hath laid the odds, the weaker side.
Oh, I do not fear. Oh, we have seen you both, but she is better. And we have therefore odds. Set the stoops of wine on that table. The king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath, and you, the judges, very wary eye.
Come on, lady.
Come, my lord.
Wine.
No.
Judgments.
A hit! A most palpable hit. What, yeah?
Stay! Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's the light off. Trumpet sound and cannon shot off within. Give him the cup.
Nick. I'll play this bout first. Send it on. Come. Another hit! What say you?
Attacked! I do confess.
Our son shall win.
He is fat and scant of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin. Rub thy brows. Quick caresses to thy virgin, Hamlet.
Good madam.
The Gertrude! Do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
Nay, madam. Set it on.
Come, let me wipe thy face. My lord, I have hit him now.
I do not think it.
Say you so. Come.
Nothing near way. Oh.
Have at you now.
What?
Depart! How was it?
About her waist, the middle of her favors,
Faith, her private suite.
and the secret parts of her fortune. Yes, most true, she is a strumpet. What's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world's grown honest.
And is doomsday near? But your news is not true. Let me question more particular. What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of the queen? She sends you to prison hither.
Prison, my lord.
Aye. Francis, prison.
Then is the world one?
A goodly one, in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons. Paris being one of the worst.
Why then, your ambition makes it one. It's too narrow for your mind.
God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which indeed dreams are ambition, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
A dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly. And I hold ambition of so airy a line of quality that it is but a shadow.
No such matter. What may come Paris?
Busy you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am even poor in thanks. And yet, my good friends, my thanks are too dear half penny. Were you not sent for? Is it to your own inclining? Is it a free visitation? Come, heal justly with me. Come. Nay, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything. But to the purpose. I know you were sent for, and there's a kind of confession in your looks in which your modesties are not craft enough to color. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. But let me conjure you, by the rights of our fellowship, be even entered by God, whether you were sent for or no.
What say you?
Nay. I have an iron. If you love me, hold not oath.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why. I have of late, wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, foregone all custom of exercise, and yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me, nor woman neither, but to your smiling you seem to say so.
My lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Why did you laugh then, when I said man delights not me?
I think, my lord, that if man delights not you, what Lenten entertainments the players will receive from you? We coated them on our way, and hither they are coming to offer you service.
He that plays the king shall be welcome. What players are they?
Even those you are wont to take delight in, the tragedians of the city.
Do they hold the same estimation that I did when I was in the city? Are they so followed?
No, indeed, they are not.
How comes it? Do they grow rusty?
Oh, there's been much throwing about the reins. Oh, there are the players.
Gentlemen, your hands. Come then. The impertinence of welcome is fashion and ceremony. You are welcome, but my aunts, mother, and uncle father are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad. North-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a handsaw.
Well be with you, gentlemen.
Aren't you discerned? And you too. And each ear a hear. That great baby you see over there is not yet out of the swaddling clouds.
Happily, he's the second time come to them, for they say an old man is twice a child.
The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, comical, historical, pastoral, tragical, historical, tragical, comical, historical, pastoral, scene indivisible, or poem unlimited.
How does your honor this many a day?
Humbly, thank you. Well,
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That, if you be honest and fair, your honesty should have been no discourse. To your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
I did love you once.
Indeed. You made me believe so.
You should not believe me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. We are errant knaves. All. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool, nowhere but in his own house.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this plank for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery, or, if thou wilt needs marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery. Go!
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
Ophelia, I have heard of all your paintings well enough. God, he gives you one face, and yet, you make another. You dig, you amble, and you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures, and you make your wantonness your ignorance. To a nunnery. Go!
What a noble mind is here. Overthrown. The observed of all observers, quite dead. And I, of ladies most deject and wretched, that suck the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells that jangle, out of tune and heart. Woe is me, to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Oh, my offense is rank and smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it. Oh, pray can I want? Though inclination be as strong as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. And like a man to double business bound, I stand and pause where I shall first begin in both neglect. But what if this hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the heavens to wash it white as snow? And what's in prayer but this twofold force? To be forestalled ere we come to fall? Or pardoned being down? Then I'll look up. My fault is past. But what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That will never be, because I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. But may one be pardoned and retain the offense. In the corrupted currents of this world, 'tis often seen the wicked prize itself buys out the law. But 'tis not so above. There is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves compelled even to the teeth and forehead of all our faults. But what then? What rest? Try what repentance can. But what can it not? Yet what can it when one cannot repent? Bosom, blackest death, alignment soul, when struggling to be free, are more engaged. Help! Angels! Make us say, bow stubborn knees, and hard with strings of steel, be soft as sinners of newborn babes. All may be well.
Now might I do it? And now he is praying. And now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven? So am I revenged? That would be scanned. Villain kills my father. And I, for that, send the same villain to heaven. Go! Up, sword. And know thou a more horrid hence. For when he is drunk, asleep, or in his rage, or in that incestuous pleasure of his bed. Then I'll trip him, and then his heels may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as damned and black as hell whereto it goes. My mother, she stays. The sickly prolongs thy days.
My words fly up, and my thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
Now, by this hand.
The Hamlets, you know the way to it?
Very well. Your grace hath laid the odds, the weaker side.
Oh, I do not fear. Oh, we have seen you both, but she is better, and we have therefore odds. Set the stoops of wine on that table. The king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath, and you, the judges, bury a weary eye.
Come on, lady.
Come, my lord.
One.
No.
Judgments.
A hit! A most palpable hit. What, yeah?
Stay! Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's the light half. Trumpet sound and cannon shot off within. Give him the cup.
Leg. I'll play this bout first. Send it behind me. Come. Another hit! What say you?
Attacked! I do confess.
Our son shall win.
He is fat and scanty for breath. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin. Rub thy brows. Quick caresses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
The Gertrude! Do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
Nay, send it behind me.
Come, let me wipe thy face. My lord, I have hit him now.
I do not think it.
Say you so. Come.
Nothing either way. Oh.
Have at you now.
What? Oh.
The party!
How's the Lord Hamlet?
How was it?
Where is the beauteous majesty of hairs?
How now, Ophelia?
Oh, should I know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandwich.
Alas, sweet lady, what is
Say it! I pray you. What? He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grass painter, at his heels a stone.
Nay, but
Pray here, my lord.
How do you, pretty lady?
What can I do? They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Where do we know what we are? But no, not what we make. God, be at the table!
Concede upon her, father.
Pray! Pray! Let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. All in the morning good time. And I am made at your window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and up to the chamber door. Letting a maid then out a maid, never departed more.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I can't help but to weep. To think they should lay him in the cold, hard ground. My sister shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Oh, come, my couch. Good night, ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close.
Oh, how could we have become so? It is the false steward who stole his master's daughter.
There's nothing more than that.
There's Rosemary. That's for remember. Pray. Love. Remember? And there's Pansy. That's for thoughts.
Documents and matters. Thoughts and remembrance is fitted.
There's Fennel for you. And Columbine. There's Ruth for you. And here's some for me. We may call it Herb Grace of Sundays. I would give you all some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end.
Thoughts and affliction, passion tell itself, it turns to favor and to prettiness.
Will he not come again? Will he not come again? No, 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 he's dead! He's dead! He's dead! He will never come again. His beard was white as snow. All flax and all essence full. And we all cast away home. He will never come again. Pray God have mercy on his soul. And all Christian souls. God be with you!
Mary. How can that be? Oh, unless she drowned herself in her own defense.
Why, 'tis found so.
What's this fellow to fill his business? He whistles, hums, and gravely.
Well, my lord, custom had been no property of business.
Tisn't so. The hand of little employment has the daintier sense. The school had a tongue in it, and could sing once. It might be the pate of a politician which just asks narrow reaches. When the wits are come to God, might it not?
It might, my lord.
Or the courtier which would say, "Good morrow, sweet lord. How dost thou, good lord?" Might it not?
It might, my lord.
A pickaxe and a spade, and a shrouding sheet. Oh, pit of flame for to be made, and such a guest as me.
There's another. I may not that be the skull of a lawyer. Why does he suffer this rude knave, now just scones and knock him about with a dirty shovel? And will not tell him of his action of battery? Whose grave is this, Zero?
This toy seems a prologue to some great amiss, so full of artless jealousy and guilt. It spills itself in fearing to be spilled. Where is the beauteous majesty of Paris? How now, Ophelia? How should I, your true love, his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoe. Alas, sweet lady, say it! I pray thee, mark! He is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. At his head a breastplate, at his heels a stone. Alas, the white is clear as the snow.
How do you, pretty lady?
What guided you? They say the hour was a Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God, give us your table!
Conceit upon her father.
Prayer! Let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. On time, and I am made to be your Valentine. Then up he rose and donned his clothes and doffed the chamber door. Let the maid that out of my never departed, Lord.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I can't help but to weep, to think. I should lay him in the tower. Oh, crap. My sister shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Good night, sweet ladies. Oh, come! I can't. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close.
Yes, 'twere good she were spoken with, for she may spew dangerous conjectures upon ill-breeding minds.
Let her come in.
Very well.
To my sick soul, as Sim's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some great amiss. So full of artless jealousy is guilt. It spills itself in fearing to these guilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Paris?
How now, Ophelia?
How should I, your true love, know from another world? By his cockle hat and staff, and his sandals shoon.
Alas, sweet lady, what important
See?
song?
Mark! He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head a grand return, at his wings a stone.
Alas, look here, my lord.
Light his fearless love of snow.
How do you, pretty lady?
Oh, I killed you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Where do we know what we are? But we're not what we may be. God behind you!
Concede upon her father.
Pray him! Let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day, all in the morning sun, and I remain at your window to be your Valentine. Put up he rose and donned his clothes and knocked the chamber door. But the maid left departed more.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well.
We must be patient. But I can't help but weep. They should lay him in the ground. Oh, God. My sister shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Come, my couch. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death and Hamlet's folly. Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her father's slain, sext your grandson, poor Ophelia divided from herself and her fair judgment.
Alack, what noise is this?
Where are my Schweitzers? Let them guard the door. What is the matter?
Save yourself, my lord. The rabble lord. They cry out, choose we, Laertes' queen. Caps in hands, applauded to the clouds. We choose we, Laertes' queen. Laertes shall be queen.
How cheerfully on the false trail they cry. Oh, this is counter, you false dogs.
Doors are broke.
Where's this king? I, Sir Samuel, without. Thank you. Oh, thou vile king, give me my father!
Calmly, good Laertes.
And that drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard! Cries cuckold to my father, brightens the harlot, even here, between the chaste, unsmirched brow of my true mother.
What is the cause, Laertes, that thy rebellion looks so giant-like? Let her go, Gertrude. Speak. Why thou art thus incensed? Let her go, Gertrude. do not fear a person. Speak, lady.
Where is my father?
Dead.
But not by him.
Let her demand her fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell allegiance. To this point, I stand that both the worlds I give to negligence. Let come what comes, I'll only be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your father's death, is writ in your revenge. In that swoop state, you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but his enemies.
Well, you know them then.
To his good friends, thus wide I'll ope my arms, and, like the kind, life-rendering pelican, repass them with my blood.
Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your father's death and am most sensible in agreeing for it. It shall as level to your judgment as day does to your eye.
Oh no, what noise is that? Oh, heat strike my brains, tears 7 times salt, burn out the sense and virtue in mine eye. By heavens, thy madness shall be paid by waves, till our scale turn the beam, O Rose of May, dear May, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Haddest thou thy wits and didst persuade revenge, it could not move this. You must sing. Down, down, we call him down. Oh, how will we catch it? It is the false steward who stole his master's daughter. It's nothing's more than matter. There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love. Remember? There's pansy. That's for thoughts. Documents of madness. Thoughts and remembrances fitted. There's tunnel for you. And columbines. There's room for you. And here's some for me. We may call it Herb Grace of Sunday. I would give you all some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say we made a good end. Thoughts of affliction, passion, hell itself, she turns to favor, to prettiness. Cast away none. I pray God have mercy on his soul and all Christian souls. God be with thee.
Songs burn out the sense and virtue in one. Aye. By heavens, thy madness shall be paid by weight, till our scale turn the beam a rose of May. Dear maiden, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. There's nothing's more the matter. There's rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. There's pansy. That's for thoughts. Documented madness. Thoughts and remembrances fitted. There's fennel for you. And there's brew for you. And here's some for me. We may call it herb grace and sun. There's Daisy. I would give you all some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. Thoughts of affliction, passion, hell itself. She turns to favor into prettiness. Toy seems a prologue to some great amiss, so full of artless jealousy and guilt. It spills itself in fearing to be spilt. Where is the beauteous majesty of Paris? How now, Ophelia? How should I, your true love, know his cockle hat and staff, and his sandal shoe. Alas, we wait, say, I pray, mark, he is dead and gone, lady, he is dead and gone. As his head on breast, great time. At his heels is stone. Alas, the white is clear as the snow.
How do you, pretty lady?
Oh, God, it's you. They say the hour wasn't peace. Lord, we know it, we know it. But know not what we may be. God, give us your table!
Conceit upon her father.
Prayer!
between us.
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I can't help but to weep, to think that you should lay him in the ground. My sister shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Good night, sweet ladies. Oh, come! My coach! Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close.
What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer me with an idle tongue.
Go. You question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What? What's the matter?
Have you forgot me?
You are the queen. Your husband's brother's wife. And what we're not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Well, come and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass, for you see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Help! Help!
Help! Help! Help! Help! Oh, rat! Dead or unducking dead!
Oh me, what hast thou done?
I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed this is.
A bloody deed? Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry his brother.
As kill a king?
I, lady. 'Twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, and intruding fool. I took thee for thy better.
What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the fair rose of an innocent forehead, and sets a blister there.
I me, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look you, on this picture. Here is your husband, blasting his wholesome brother like a mildewed ear. Have you eyes? Have you eyes? Look you, what follows? Shame. You cannot call it love. Where is thy blush?
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest mine eyes into my very soul. And ere I see such black and grey spots, will not leave their taint.
A murderer and a villain, a bastard king!
No more!
A king of shreds and patches. Save me! Hover on me with your wings, you heavenly guards.
Alas, he is mad.
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. Speak to her, Hamlet.
Aye, lady. How is it with you?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do you hold discourse? Gentle son, whereon do you look?
Do you see nothing here?
Nothing at all, yet all it is I see.
Nor did you hear nothing?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look. There he goes. The king. In his habit, as he once lived. There he goes. Back out at the portal.
Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
We'll throw away the worser part of it, and live with the purer half. Good night, mother. But go not to mine uncle's bed. Assume a virtue, if you had it not. For the same Lord, I do repent, and heaven had pleased so, to punish me with this, that I have to be their scourge and minister. Good night, mother. One more word.
What shall I do?
I must to England now. You know that?
Alack, I had forgot. 'Tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed there. And my 2 schoolfellows, whom I trust, the adder's fanged. They bear the mandate and will sweep my way and marshal me to knavery. Come, sir. Draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
I will. My hour is almost come, when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, for ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold. Speak,
I am bound to hear.
What art thou to revenge? Then thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast in flames, until the foul crimes done in my days are burnt and purged away. If thou didst ever thy dear father love,
Kind.
revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder
most foul, as in the best it is. But this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Hates me to know it, that I, with wings swift as meditation, with the thoughts of love, may sweep to my revenge.
Now, Hamlet, listen. 'Tis given out that, while sleeping within my orchard, a serpent did sting, so that the whole year of Francis but the forged process of my death rankly abused. But know, thy noble youth, the one that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
The prophetic soul. My uncle?
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with treacherous gifts, won the heart of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love went of that went hand in hand with in marriage. the afternoon, upon thy secure hour thy uncle stole, with most loath elixir within a vial, didst pour the leprous distillment within the porches of my ear. Do not let the bed of Paris be a couch for luxury and damned incest. Taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother art. Instead, leave her to those thorns that within her bosom lodge, to prick and sting. Adieu, adieu, Hamlet. Remember me.
Hold my heart.
From Hamlet. Well, who brought them?
Sailors, your majesty, so they say. I saw them not. They were given me by Claudio, and he received them from he who brought them.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and more strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back? Or is it some abuse and no such thing?
Know you the hand?
'Tis Hamlet's character. Can you advise me?
I'm lost in it, my lord. But still, let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live. I get to tell him to his teeth. Thus didst thou.
If it be so, Laertes. And how should it be? How otherwise? Will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord, so you will not overrule me to a peace.
If he be now returned, as checking in his voice, and that he means no more to undertake it, I will work him to an exploit now ripe in my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall. Call it accident.
My lord, I will be ruled. Why ask you this?
Not that I think you did not love your father, but Hamlet comes back. What would you do to show yourself your father's daughter in deed more than in words?
To cut his throat in the church.
Revenge should have no bounds. We'll bring you in fine together. Place a wager on your heads, and in a pass of practice you will requite him for your father.
I will do it. And for that purpose I anoint this here. I bought an unction at a mountebank, so more to that. But dip a knife in it, where it draws blood. No cataplasm so rare that it's but scratched withal. I'll touch my points with this contagion. That is, if I gout him slightly, it may be death.
Let's further speak of this. We'll place a solemn wager on your cunnings, as make your bouts more violent to that end. If he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escapes your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. Good Gertrude.
One woe doth tread upon another's heel. So fast they follow. Your sisters drown, Laertes.
Drowned. Where?
There is a willow grows aslant a brook. There with fantastic garlands did she come. Crow flowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples. envious silver broke, when down herself fell in the weeping brook, her clothes spread wide, mermaid-like, while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of long tunes, as one incapable of her own distress. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then, she is drowned. Drowned. Too much water. Yes, thou. Poor Ophelia. Therefore, I forbid my tears. I have this speech that folly fain would blaze, that this folly dance. Adieu, my lord. My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
If you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse. To your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than honesty?
I did love you once.
Indeed, you made me believe so.
You should have not believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to your money. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my peck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. We are errant knaves, all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool, nowhere but in his own house.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If thou dost marry, I'll give thee this place like down! Be thou ice as for your snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. You get thee to a nunnery. Or, if thou wilt needs marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them! To a nunnery. Go!
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of all your paintings. Well enough. God, he gives you one face, and yet you make another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp, and you nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. To a nunnery. Go.
A noble mind is here. Overthrown. The observed of all observers quite down. And I, of ladies most eject and wretched, that suck the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason. Like sweet bells that jangle out of tune and heart. Ah! Woe is me. Do I see what I see? See what I see?
His affections do not that way tend, nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, over which his melancholy sits on brood. He shouts at England. What think you on it?
Will do well, but yet do I believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwashed go.
Heat, drive my brains, tears 7 times salt, burn out the sense and virtue in mine. Aye, by heavens, thy madness shall be paid by weights till our scale turn to beam. O Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia.
Before him there faced on the bier, hey, nonny, nonny, and in his grave reign many. Farewell, my dove.
Hadst thou thy wits and didst persuade revenge, it could not move this. You must sing.
Down, they call him a down.
Oh, how the whip becomes it! It is the false steward who stole his master's daughter! This nothing's more than matter. There's Rosemary. That's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember. There's pansies. That's for thoughts. A documented madness. Thoughts and remembrances fitted. There's fennel for you. And calm minds. And there's rue for you. And here's some for me. We may call it Grace of Sunday. There's Daisy. I would give you all some violets, but they withered all when my father died. They say he made a good end. Thoughts and affliction, passion, hell itself, she turns to favor and to prettiness.
Will he not come again? Will he not? No. No. He's dead! He's dead! He will never come again. His beard was white as snow, all flaxen was his bow. He will never come again. And we all cast away moan. I pray God have mercy on his soul. And all Christian souls.